So last Christmas I did this walk in the opposite direction out of Sheffield and into the Castle Market area. So I'm going to do it reverse, but I'll split the video up into two halves. But this is more for born and bred Sheffielders. I mean, if you're from outside the city or only recent in the last 20 years, you know, you're just going to have to accept what I say, because this is what my channel's about. But you can see where the old Castle Market was, and this is where they're creating the events park. Now our castle's in here. There's a lot more of the castle actually in there, but most of it's going to get covered back over with the events park. Just here, where you can see this car park, was our sheaf market. It ran nearly down to the road down there, much bigger than that. But it's like a bomb zone around here, or it's just dead. This is Saturday afternoon, it's about 1:30. So this was the outside market, but I think a few of us believe these will become high-rise flats on this side. This is your events park across here, and they tick boxing that we did some archaeological dig, but under that raised section there's an awful lot of castle wall. And if you look at that just there, just behind there, I believe this castle wall, there's a 1970 archaeological dig with pictures showing you a ramp section there, and there were castle walls sticking out of that area. So that area from there across to there, the race section anyway, there's an awful lot of castle under there that they're not going to retrieve. But I just want to show people this was the busiest, one of the busiest areas of Sheffield. So we got the old town hall. Somebody bought it, they were developing it into a hotel, it fell through, somebody else bought it. It's not going anywhere, and if we're not careful, it's going to become, I'll just show it you. You can see that building there. We had the Market Tavern next to that, it got knocked down. They allowed it to get into rack and ruin. But some guys just told me that they knocked the wrong building down. What they should have done is knocked, there's a building just behind where the Market Tavern was. You just see it over the top, and he's telling me that that should have been knocked down, not even the Market Tavern. So I don't know. But there's Waingate, the old town hall. If you're not careful, that'll be the next one to go. So that building there was the 1970s court building. Now this building extended right down there in the same stone with lots of lovely shops down there. That all got knocked down to build the court building. So we're looking up at Castle House Co-op. There's just a coffee room commune in there. We all love that place. Got a beautiful spiral staircase running through it. It still has. I wish they'd open that up, because that's a listed building. I think really we should be making the best of spiral staircase in the middle of there. Right up there where you see the Premier Inn was the ABC cinema, are absolutely fantastic inside. I think it held about 2,500. So I think it was one screen to start with, might have been two, I'm not 100% sure, I can't remember that bike, but that was fantastic in there. So we're now on what was once our busy Haymarket. You can see all the pictures on it, and it's tragic what's happened to it. If you go 1970s Christmas Haymarket, you can see all the pictures. So just here was a Tudor fronted building. The developer knocked the building out from behind, left the Tudor frontage on scaffolding. We all knew what had happened. The water getting behind it, and it got condemned and pulled down. I think the councils took it down and said that they'll try and repair it and give it back to the builder if he wants to use it. Well, I think they should be fining the developer for that. Should never have been allowed to rip the building behind out, because we all knew what had happened. So on this side we've lost Wilco, based at Worksop, but we originally had, Wilco, and I was thinking about Woolco as well, Woolworths, so I think this might have been where Woolworths were. It's just a walk across the road. That was Davy's Cafe just there. But I just want to show you how dead it is and dilapidated. So we're looking down Dixon Lane there. Used to have market traders down there. Quite some good shops in the 1980s. There's nobody down there anymore. In fact, let's just show you quickly. So there you can see down Dixon Lane, dead as a dodo. Used to have some really good shops in the 80s, but before that it was Barra Boys and things like that. I think it was sort of Castle Folds was just down at the bottom where you can see the Travel Lodge. That was a fruit wholesaler and fruit and veg wholesaler. So I forgot to mention something, where you can see Wilko, that was the Norfolk Market Hall there. Now any other city would have actually preserved Norfolk Market Hall, but not Sheffield City Council. Just here where we've got B&M was British Home Stores. Used to be more than one story, and I can remember that being a slightly different bridge because it was actually a covered bridge, but it's not anymore. That's a new bridge. So we've got King Street here. Now King Street was classy street of shops. Look at it now. Like I said, it's Saturday afternoon. Remember, it's the markets at the moment, Christmas markets, so it's pulling people in, if anything. This is the old C&A building. So we've got what was the Sheffield Stock Exchange. So we're looking into Fitzallen Square across there. I've walked through Pond Street today, there's nobody in it at all, it's absolutely deserted. So we're looking down Commercial Street. I'll just show you the Super Tram bridge down there. So that's the Super Tram bridge. Got Canada House there, that's going to be a music charity of some kind. You're getting a lot of money for that. So there's your original Sheffield Stock Exchange. I think we knew it as Yorkshire Bank. Just here we had a beautiful, on this corner where it's Couplands, we had a beautiful Barclays Bank they knocked down when they widened the road, and that was only done, say, in the 1970s. How they got away with that I do not know. So let's have a walk up here now. So you see the other end of the C&A building. Now it's Easy Hotel. But one of the things that I think did a lot of damage to Sheffield City Centre, really started it off, was putting the Super Tram down here, closing the hole in the road. There's the old post office building where you could get your passport done. It's now another university building. There's the old Marples pub, got quite a folklore with a number of people who died when a bomb hit it. I don't know if it was £1,000 bomb, hit it in the Second World War. People were sheltering in the cellars. But unless you live on the Super Tram route, it's nothing like the 1960s tram they pulled out. But when they built this, they wrecked the businesses down here, but also shut this hole in the road, and it was quite iconic. It needed cleaning up and it needed decent security, but it gave Sheffield something a little bit special because it connected all these major shops like Rackham's over there through tunnels in the floor, took you all the way down to Pond Street. Same with the Banker's Draft, which was Midland Bank, that connected down into Oldham Road. Just get across here quickly. But this is about where the hole in the road is. You can see on the ground where there's a circular area. Really forward thinking. So when people say, oh, you're stuck in the past, no, we're forward thinking, and Sheffield City Council's going retrograde. The issues we had in the hole in the road are actually worse on the surface now than ever they were when it was a hole in the road. Down here you've got Cockaines, fact, I'll just show you quickly down Angel Street. I just want to show you how bad it is from this side of Sheffield now. So we're looking down Angel Street. It's not great to see down. To say there's not many people, there seems to be lots of buses clogging up the city centre. So this is the old Castle Co-op. So this was Schofield's, originally Cocaine's, got bombed in the war. This was a beautiful old world building. Then you've got the ABC down there, top end of King Street. But I just want to show you this area because it's so tacky around here nowadays. I mean, if you look at the old pictures of the Hole in the Road from above in 1960, it looked so classy, even though it was modern. And now it's just a mess around here. So there we got Rackham's, used to come up from the Hole in the Road to Rackham's. It's now Lidl, Poundland. It was Sports Direct for a while, but you came up in a escalator into there, and at Christmas it looked absolutely fantastic. As a kid, we used to love going in there. So outside the Market Tavern, Midland Bank HSBC, connector from the Hole in the Road. Like I said, it was futuristic, the Hole in the Road, and any social problems are now on the surface and they're actually 10 times as bad. Same across here, all these shops connecting to the Hole in the Road. Got the Claymore pub down there. I remember Fads, electronic shop down there, wedding shop down there. You know, they're everything. So looking back down Commercial Street, but I just want to give you a feel for it. And I want to show you Boots Corner in a moment. It's probably actually going to be busy this week. It's going to sort of not be quite the norm. But from about here, you used to come up, you either came into Rackham's on an escalator, or you came up outside it, and the outside one came up there. And when you came up that escalator all the way up here to Boots' Corner, you couldn't move for people. It was a sea of people. So we've got High Court down here. I mean, look at it. What are they? It's just scruffy Sheffield now. Not saying there weren't days when there was a bit of litter around in the past, but there were a lot more people as well. So in Telegraph Building, it's a lovely 13 degrees, and notice how many people you've seen cycling today. Look at this litter down everywhere. Look at that. It's just but I want to do this in two halves. I'm going to show you this bit. I've walked in from the Haymarket area, or been carried in a cot since 1964. I still go out that way, except today I'm on the train, and I've just seen it go downhill and downhill. Still got NatWest here. Lost Halifax recently. I never even noticed when Wendy's, people kept going on about Wendy's Burger Bar. We had Crazy Daisy nightclub up here. The doorway, I think, is where it's Bell and something solicitors. Used to go down a staircase. That's where Human League girls met with Phil Oakley, if I'm right. So just down here we've got York Street. Just down here all the stars used to get printed at the back. The little vans used to come out of here. But Sheffield's actually a little bit busier than normal. But I'm just going to turn around before I do the next part of the video. So I'll be going up High Street, and if I just go up there, you'll be able to see right at the top. Trying to see it, if that's a stone. Yeah, that's a stone house there. We used to have the shambles behind it until Orchard Square came along, and then the stone house was on its own. and then the stone house has gone now as well. Next door to it, with the long pillars, was Midland Bank for years and years, HSBC, then took it over and then closed it down. It's become a Tesco, it was last time. Then we've got Cutler's Hall, then we got what was another bank that's gone now. This was a beautiful Coles corner. Now they've listed the awful Coles, modern one, in Barker's Pool, and this beautiful one they knocked down in 1963-64. At that day it went for £1 million. Now £1 million back then was an awful lot of money, and that was how important this area was back then. So this is Boots Corner, and as people can probably see, that's a number of people coming around Boots Corner. Isn't it dead? Absolutely dead. It makes it look busy because there's all these stupid fences everywhere. So I'm now going to do the video of Fargate, down Pinston Street and down the Moor, just to show you Sheffield at Christmas and the actual markets. So if you can like the video, follow the channel, click on notifications for new videos, and then there'll be another further video on Fargate, Pinston Street and the Moor.